听力测验
1. 图片听解第一部分单选题。说明，请听语音播出的试题，根据内容在4幅图片中选出最符合题意的图片。
1.
Where are you going?
I have to pick up a gift for my girlfriend. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Are you going to get her a dozen red roses?
I would, but I got those for her last year. And I got her a box of chocolates last year, too.
Well, what about a diamond ring? I'm sure she'd love that.
I'm not ready to ask her to marry me, but she does like jewelry.
Why don't you get her a nice necklace? They have some nice ones at the jewelry store close by.
Good idea. I think I'll do that. Question.
What gift will the man buy for his girlfriend?
Two.
What's on television tonight? Anything interesting?
There's this show I want to watch. It's about a group of students who want to become scientists. It's based on a book I read a couple years ago.
Sounds interesting. What do the students do?
Well, they do experiments and they discover a way to bring things that have died back to life.
That sounds like modern Frankenstein.
Well, it probably gave the author some ideas, but the story is very different.
That's fine. Let's watch it.
The show comes on in about 20 minutes. Question.
Which picture shows the story the man described?
2. 看图变译单选题说明，请听语音播出的试题，根据内容在4幅图片中选出最符合题意的图片。
1.
The audience is watching a horror movie.
2.
The boy is grinding some chocolate.
3.
图片听解第二部分多选题。说明，请仔细观察图片，并聆听试题，从听到的4个选项中选出最符合图意的2个答案。
1.
Which 2 of the following are true about the picture? A. The woman is holding a box of produce. B. The vegetables in the box were just harvested. C. The woman has tropical fruits in her basket. D. The produce is being transported on a vehicle.
Two.
Which 2 of the following are true about the picture? A. The woman is screaming in horror. B. The woman is threatening the creature. C. A creature scares the woman. D. The woman has murdered the creature.
Three.
Which 2 of the following are true about the poster? A. Students who take the class will learn to make meals. B. The class has already taken place for many years. C. Students can arrange their own schedule. D. Class times and dates can be found on a website.
4.
Which two of the following are true about the poster? A. Show times are different on Mondays than they are on Saturdays. B. The last show on Sunday is at 10 p.m. C. The film advertised is a horror film. D. The title of the film is not given on the poster.
4. 对答说明，请听语音内容，从4个选项中选出一个最适当的回应。
1.
Is this jewelry you own very valuable?
2.
Why isn't your bicycle outside our house?
3.
I succeeded in fixing your car.
4.
I am crazy about Ryan.
5.
You are really good at the violin.
6.
Ever since I was in kindergarten, I have loved chocolate.
7.
I regret to inform you that your mother had an accident.
8.
That armchair looks ancient.
5. 简短对话单题说明，请听语音内容和相关的问题，从4个选项中选出一个最适当的选项。
1.
Did you read the news?
Yeah, scientists have discovered how to travel faster than the speed of light.
Question. What has happened?
2.
What types of books do you like to read?
I like love stories mostly. However, I don't like sad ones.
Really? I thought most love stories had sad endings.
Well, some do, but they make me feel miserable when I read them.
Question.
Why doesn't the woman like sad love stories?
3.
Do you have a garden at your house?
Yes, I'm able to grow a lot of tropical plants because it's so hot where I live.
Do you grow native plants or just normal ones like carrots and corn?
Well, they are native plants, but most of them can be eaten. Some of them have a lot of flavor, and I especially like these ones.
Question.
Why does the woman like some of the native plants especially?
Four.
You drove over my flower garden.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
Question. What happened to the flowers?
6. 简短对话题组说明，请听语音内容和相关的问题，从4个选项中选出一个最适当的选项。
1.
Have you bought all the chocolate eggs you need for the Easter holiday yet?
No, I think I am going to skip the chocolate this year.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I read an article about the problems of cacao farming.
What is going on there?
Much of the chocolate that is produced in the world is farmed by slaves and children.
I had no idea.
Most people don't. Cacao only grows in tropical areas such as in parts of Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia. Over 70% is produced in Africa alone. Much of the cacao grown there is grown and harvested by native slaves and children.
That's terrible. What can we do about it?
There isn't much we can do directly, as the local governments there don't do anything to solve the problem. The best we can do is to not buy chocolate until things improve, or at least buy chocolate that was not created through slavery.
You have given me a lot to think about.
Question. Why won't the woman buy any chocolate?
Question. In what environment do cacao beans grow?
Two.
Have you finished reading that long book for your English class?
Well, I've read the first 20 pages, but it's a very hard book to read. It's going to take another 2 weeks to complete reading it.
Really? That long? I thought you spent the entire weekend reading.
I wanted to, but I ended up watching television instead.
You probably regret doing that now.
Yes, I do. It's very important for me to succeed in my classes. I just don't have a passion for these kinds of books, though.
What would you rather be reading?
Well, I like books that are exciting. This one is all about the relationship between a king and a woman he has met.
Just keep reading it. You might like it once you get further into the story.
Question. What does the man say about the book he is reading?
Question. What does the man regret doing?
7. 短文听解题组说明每2题为1题组，请先阅读试题本的题目及选项，然后听语音播出的内容，从4个选项中选出一个最适当的选项。
1.
请先阅读试题。
Daddy, my 4-year-old daughter began. Yes, honey, I responded. Why does the moon get bigger and bigger? It doesn't. It just looks bigger the closer it is to the horizon. What you are seeing is called an optical illusion, I explained. Okay, Daddy. She continued to stare out of the window with a look of amazement. I smiled and thought about what it must be like to see the world again with the innocent eyes of a young child. And then, to my horror, I saw what she was looking at, and I knew why she had really asked that question. That was actually a UFO with all kinds of weapons pointing at us.
Two.
请先阅读试题。
Ever since the famous explorer Christopher Columbus brought back news of the Americas to Europe, in the beginning of the 16th century, the world has never been the same. The discovery of the continents of North and South America created a new age of exploring and progress. The European peoples who sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in search of treasure brought back with them many valuable goods. The Spanish, Portuguese, French, and English explored far and wide, spreading their colonies wherever they went. Unfortunately, it was a time of much conflict, and many of the native peoples, such as the Mayans and Aztecs of the Americas, were conquered.
Three.
请先阅读试题。
The book we will be reading for this class is set in France. It tells the story from a young man's point of view. Although the young man was born into a wealthy family, he had many misfortunes. For example, when he was a child, his mother and sister died from a disease. Then his father started drinking too much, and by the time the boy was a teenager, all the money that the family had was gone. By the time the boy was in his late teens, his father died, leaving him with no money at all. Thinking that his life was destroyed, the boy left France for a few years to try to make his way in life. When he returned to France in his early 20s, he started a business and began to succeed.
Four.
请先阅读试题。
It is easy to think that eating a lot of chocolate is bad for you, but actually, it is the sugar and not the chocolate itself that is unhealthy. In fact, cocoa is quite good for you. Chocolate naturally has a very bitter taste, which is why most chocolate has a lot of added sugar and sometimes milk to soften its bitter flavor. Cocoa contains significant amounts of important substances such as magnesium. Also, it has a high amount of what are called antioxidants, which are important in protecting your body from aging and serious diseases. To make the most of the health benefits without the sugar, you should eat cocoa powder or very dark chocolate.
8. 长篇听解说明每4题为1题组，请先阅读试题本的大纲或图表及选项，然后听语音播出的内容，可同步利用试题本上的大纲或图表，记录重要讯息与细节。此部分不计分。再根据语音播出的题目，从4个选项中选出一个最适当的选项。
1.
请先阅读试题。
Do you want to have a cocktail before we eat? I'm thinking I might have a local beer.
No, I'm driving, so I'll just order a soft drink. I'm pretty hungry, though, so we should order our meals at the same time.
Sure. What are you thinking of having?
I'm in the mood for seafood tonight. I'm not sure if I want to eat the shrimp and fish dish or if I should just get a whole lobster.
Well, the lobster is going to be very expensive, I think, but it's your birthday, so I'll pay for it.
No, you don't need to do that. Besides, if I get the lobster, I'll probably make a mess. I'm not good at taking the meat out of the shell, and I don't want to get food all over my shirt.
In that case, I think the shrimp and fish will be better. Since we're going to the theater after this, you'll want your shirt clean.
So that settles it for me. I'll get the shrimp and fish with noodles. What are you going to have?
I'm not that hungry, and I want to have the chocolate brownie after the meal for dessert. So I'll just have the chicken with rice and vegetables.
Don't they have chocolate ice cream here as well? I'll probably have that for dessert.
Yes, they do.
Okay, I'll call the waiter over and we can order. I'm very hungry.
Oh, here comes the waiter, and he's bringing a basket of bread, too. You can eat some of that.
That's perfect.
Question. What are the speakers about to do? Question. What do we know about the man?
Question. Why didn't the man order lobster? Question. How much will the man's dessert cost?
Two.
请先阅读试题。
The book I read for this report is A High School Story by Chet Gibson. The story's main character is a boy named Tom Nelson. He is very popular, but he doesn't get the best grades in school. I would say he's a nice person who has a good personality, but he is a little bit lazy, and this gets him into trouble. In the beginning of the book, Tom sees Sheila when she gets on the bus. It's the first day of school, and the author lets the readers know what Tom is thinking. He thinks that Sheila is very beautiful and would like to meet her. This is where the reader learns that Tom is quite shy. When he gets to school, though, he talks to his friends about her. Then Tom walks into his science class. His partner for the semester turns out to be Sheila. Tom tries to show off in science class, but ends up starting a fire. This destroys Sheila's art project, but also makes them closer. The story becomes sad at a pizza place where Jim, Sheila's ex, shows up. Later, Tom's bad attitude leads to tragic consequences. They never see each other again afterwards. Question. What is the speaker doing? Question. What accident makes Tom and Sheila closer?
Question. Where do Tom and Sheila first meet each other? Question. In which chapter of the book does it become sad?
This is the end of the listening comprehension test. 听力测验结束。